I'm Will Cole, and you're watching the Storm Report.
Welcome to the second edition of the Storm Report, presented by the Pharmacy, Bennington and Manchester's full-service community pharmacy, and by Southern Vermont Today, news and lifestyle that's so Vermont. Hello, I'm your host, Jeff Grimshaw. Let's get you right into the action with the Storm Front, and you get all the latest storm news. The Storm's Wednesday night Texas Hold'em series, it's off and running at JC's Tavern here in Bennington. Hey, have a look at the winning hand of the very first tourney.
All right, Jeff Grimshaw, Southern Vermont Today, and for the Storm, okay, we are at the final table, final two players. We have a gentleman here. This is John. He is so large stacked, and we have Matt is short stacked. So this is an all-in hand, okay? All right, here we go.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck, buddy. All right, good luck. You should have 200. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, 400. Wait a minute. Okay, small. I'm sorry. Actually, it's all in. All in. Oh, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 600 to you.
What have I got here?
What do you have?
That's 4, right?
9 total. So it's 9 total.
9.
3 more.
Yeah, make sure they're full.
These 2. 10, 9. Here we go. 8. 4. Oh, 9. Got the 9. Only at least will save him.
Or 5.
4. No good. Champion.
Nice job, boy.
Good job, guys.
Did you have
So,
a 7
let's just come in here for a second. This is John. This is John. He has won the first Storm Birdie. Yay! We invite everyone to come and play on any given Wednesday. Any given Wednesday, okay? We had a bunch of players and it was a lot of fun. So come on down and have some fun and win some money! All right, let's get the payout.
Now you can play to win each and every Wednesday night at JC's Tavern in Bennington. Top finishers, well, they cash out, and of course the big winner each and every week is our selected charity. Be at JC's this coming Wednesday if you want to take your best shot. Registration is at 6:30 p.m. and at 7 we shuffle up and deal. Here's some more news and views from Storm General Manager Chris Sipperly in a piece we call "What's Up, Sip?" from JC's Tractor Repair and Restoration in nearby Hoosick Falls, New York. This is the GM report for the Storm, but I like to call it "Sup, Sip?" And Chris Sipperly, welcome.
Thank you, Jeff. How are you?
I'm fine. Anything that happens off the field, that's this guy's bailiwick, old school bailiwick. So we'll start. The team has had 13 years and has had, great success in 13 years. So what are your feelings coming into this, the 13th season?
I feel very good about this 13th season. It's going to be hard to duplicate or exceed the 12th season, but I'm very confident we're going to have a lot of support, a lot of new players, and just looking forward to a very bright future.
Okay. We are in, I guess, the dead of mid-season, and so there's some certain things and milestones that you're looking to hit. Where are you on those milestones?
I'd say dead center. We're ahead in some places, a little bit behind in others, but overall I'd say we're a little bit past the center mark, so we're in good position to have a very good year.
All right. All right, I read a teaser. There was a teaser went up on social media about some kind of helmet redesign. Tell me about that.
Well, to not give away too much, it's going to be a lot shinier.
A lot shinier.
A lot shinier. A lot cleaner.
Very shiny and stripier.
Yes, very stripy.
Okay. You know what? We're going to give you a 2-second preview of this before it finally. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Preview. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. Next question is on the minds of a lot of people. Where do you home games? You know, last year you split between New York and Southern Vermont. Not happening this year. So what's happening this year so far?
We've been working with the town select board, the school board. We've had one plan sent to the school board that we have to work on. They were given 4 more options.
I think you call that a quadruple option.
Yeah. So we're waiting to hear back from that. But we're confident when this all gets sorted out, we will be home, and that's really matters to us almost more than anything.
Right, home in Bennington, the absolute epicenter of Southern Vermont. You know, you've said, and I love how you say this. The Storm is all about families, and the Storm is all about kids. I know you're going to be working with the Maya, which is the Mount Anthony Youth Football League. But there's something else on the horizon, a special thing. You remember the old NFL pass, punt, and kick. You've developed something along those lines, right?
Oh yeah, very excited for that. We're getting ready to put that together. I believe the age groups are going to be 8 to 13, and we're going to hold the first round probably on our practice field, and we'll get more details as far as eliminations and winners and that kind of thing. So.
Right. The NFL holds the trademark on punt, pass, and kick, so we've gone a little different. I think it's run, pass, and catch.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yep. I didn't want to get in trouble with the NFL, so I didn't dare say the three words to get myself in trouble.
Roger Goodell, if you're listening, you know, cut us a break. Last piece of business. Ticket sales. See, we have how are we working with the Bennington Chamber of Commerce on just regular ticket sales? Well, and season ticket sales.
Well, the chamber is going to actually help facilitate some of the sales. You can actually at select businesses actually get a discount for those tickets. So we're in the process of going through that. We're also going to have your standard season pass with an addition of a VIP season pass, which will be easier to sort out once we know exactly where we're playing, exactly what that structure will look like. But we're very excited to be able to offer something different than anybody else. So
very good. So multiple levels of season tickets. One is a standard, one's kind of a VIP, and I think there's some swag that goes along with that.
Yeah, it's going to be very nice. We're going to be very cool.
Very good. All right, so there's a whole lot going on. Thank you for joining us with Sup Sip and Chris Sipperly, as always, and we'll have him here next week. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Hey, we hope to have a Sup Sip segment here on Each and Every Storm Report, presented by the Pharmacy, Southern Vermont Today. Now, Chris Sipperly mentioned that there is broad support from the Bennington Select Board for the Storm to play its home schedule here in the South Shire. We caught up with Select Board member Jim Carroll on this very subject. Special guest here at JC's for signing day, Select Board member Jim Carroll. Jim, welcome.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Glad to be here.
And we're so happy to have you here. Jim, for those of you who don't know, Jim has really stepped up and kind of been the voice of the Storm to his fellow Select Board members, to the MAU board, and to anyone who within earshot who will listen. And Jim, we thank you for that.
You're quite welcome. I think this is going to be a tremendous benefit to the Storm, the MAU board, the SVSU, and really more importantly, to local businesses that are going to benefit from players who come to Bennington, go to local restaurants, stay in local hotels, and I think it's a winner all the way around.
Well, obviously the team is already a winner, and now they want to share the wealth with the businesses, not only that are just associated, like the Paradise Inn and JC's, and now the Bennington Area Chamber of Commerce, serving the shires of Vermont. They're involved with the Storm, so everyone's kind of jumping on, and it's great to see that kind of engine start to roll.
Nice momentum, yeah, it is. I think really that it's such a wonderful benefit for the town, and to be able to play at Spinelli Field, which is what we're all shooting for, perhaps under the light, really promotes the team in a spectacular way that we otherwise haven't really had the opportunity to do in Bennington. And more importantly, I want as many games as possible played in Bennington.
Yeah, it's great to say we have something that other people want.
And, you know, some people who run around saying, oh, Bennington doesn't have that. There's nothing to do in Bennington. There's great stuff to do here in Bennington. And it's great that we have stuff that other people want.
Yeah, I absolutely. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Can I stump for you for a second? And I don't want to embarrass you. Jim is up for re-election. And again, Jim is I call him, he's a man of the people. And, you know, this is not a paid endorsement, but, you know, again, I'm sure we'll get as many Storm guys out there and who live in Bennington to cast their vote for you in March, because you're important to Bennington, Jim,
Well,
and we
thank
thank
you
you.
very much. Thank you very much.
We'll be back with an exclusive interview with new Storm head coach Kevin Kuhn right after this.
Play with a champion. Be in the center of all the excitement as your Southern Vermont Storm defends its NEFL Maritime Conference Championship. For your Storm season tickets, click on Shop Now on the Southern Vermont Storm Facebook page. Or for more info, email us at southernvtstorm3@gmail.com. Southern Vermont Storm Football. Play with a champion.
I'm Marcus Anderson, and you're watching Storm Report.
At this time, we want to thank all of our Southern Vermont Storm sponsors. The Pharmacy, Southern Vermont Today, JC's Tavern, where there's always a storm brewing, and the Paradise Inn, the official headquarters of the Southern Vermont Storm, and JC's Tractor Repair and Restoration, located in nearby Hoosick Falls, New York. Well, now it's time for Storm Coach's Corner with an exclusive interview with brand new Storm head coach Kevin Kuhn. We caught up with Kevin at JC's Tractor Repair and Restoration in Hoosick Falls, New York. Kevin Kuhn, welcome to the Storm Report.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of people have a lot of questions out there. Question one, for the fans, for the sponsors, for anyone out there, what are you looking from this team this year?
Another championship. That's our goal every season. Every season I played and every season before and after me will be a championship. So,
okay. Chris Sipperly, the general manager, tells a story of how he offered you the position and how quickly you jumped. What happened and why'd you jump so quickly?
Well, first, I love football, and I'm dedicated to the Storm. Obviously, I played 7 seasons on the Storm myself, and I consider myself a coach on the field, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So this is just an opportunity to continue my career in a new way, a new aspect of football.
All right, so Chris said, hey, Kevin, we'd like you. What was your response?
Absolutely.
That fast. I like a man who can decide fast. Next question. In one sentence, what's it like, or what's it going to be like, to play for Kevin Kuhn?
It's going to be tough at times, but fun at times. I consider myself a player's coach, being a player first. That being said, we're going to work hard to achieve our goals.
It's always tough to take a team that's either way down, and it's tough to come into a team that's way up, defending championships. Where do you go from here?
Same as always, man. We're going to get back at it. We're going to practice hard. We're going to play hard. It's harder to stay on top once you get on top. So everything we do is going to be pushing that direction.
All right. Critical factors for success this year.
Being tough on both lines of scrimmage. I think the key to our success last year in winning the championship was our physicality. We had a very veteran team. We had one of the oldest teams in the league. That being said, we also were the hardest hitting and the most physical. So I think we're going to continue to play through both lines of scrimmage and try to dominate on defense again like we have in the past.
Last year's formula, if I can encapsulate it, would be a smothering, stifling defense, and then strong on the special teams, very solid, and then an offense that could open up or sputter. You never knew which offense was going to show up. How do you plan to tweak that equation to get to, your objectives?
We're going to have to spread out the offense a little bit. I feel like our offense last year was too tight. We were playing too much against 8- and 9-man boxes. So I think by spreading out the offense, giving Will some space to work, our offense will be much more productive this year.
Anyone out there who's contemplating joining the Storm, when do you start OTAs and or practices?
So practices will be starting the last Tuesday of April, which I believe is the 24th. I believe it is. That will be the first practice of the year.
Okay. And the first, I think you have a first game scheduled, right? Or a practice game? Preseason game. June 9th?
not 100%. So.
Okay. I think they're pointing up toward that. More on that as it develops. Kevin, thank you for joining us here on the Storm Report, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you for having me.
We hope you've enjoyed this second edition of the Storm Report, presented by The Pharmacy, Bennington and Manchester's full-service community pharmacy, and by Southern Vermont Today, news and lifestyle that's so Vermont here on Facebook. Plus our other great sponsors, JC's Tavern, the Paradise Inn, and JC's Tractor Repair and Restoration. Now, if your business wants to play with a champion and become a sponsor of the Southern Vermont Storm, well, you can contact us at southernvtstorm3@gmail.com. Please share this edition of the Storm Report with all of your friends. And we're off to work on our shows for February. So for everyone here at Southern Vermont Storm Football, I'm Jeff Grimshaw reminding you to play with the champion, the Southern Vermont Storm.